everyone, and thanks for joining me for today's English homework help. It's November the 11th, and today we're talking about what a digraph is. And this came in from a student who'd been asked to highlight the digraphs in their spelling homework, but couldn't remember what a digraph was. I'm sure they'd been told a few times from school, but it's not the kind of word that you use in everyday language, and so it's understandable that people might forget what this means. So just in a moment, I'm going to take my face off the corner down there so that I can write on the screen for you and you can understand what we're talking about. But if you're coming in here to get a quick refresher on what a digraph is, let me just point something out about the word digraph, which might help you remember what this word means. It has two parts, and graph. And so the di bit means two, graph means to write. So it's where we write two letters to make one sound. Sometimes we write two letters and we hear two sounds from those two letters. Perhaps they blend together and we hear a nice blended sound, like in the word blend, the first two sounds there, or at the end, the N and the D, blend. But we're still hearing two sounds, whereas when we say things like th or sh, or two vowels together, e, that sort of thing, we're only hearing the one sound. So that's a quick rule of thumb for you. Now, if you'd like to watch some examples, I'm just going to take my face off the screen now and we're going to talk through some examples on the screen. Okay, so up here we have some consonant digraphs. So T and H are both consonants. These are just examples. TH, SH, CH, they all make that one sound. Sh, ch. But you see two consonants together to make the sound. Here's an example, AI and EI. They're examples of two vowels making a digraph. For example, A and I, when they go together, we hear the long A sound. And sometimes we get reminded of the little rhyme from my primary school days. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. You may have heard that one. And what that means is when you see two vowels together acting as a digraph, the sound that they make, the one sound that they make is often the long vowel sound of the first vowel in that pair. And then there's E as well, the long two letters that are the same, long E sound or oo, that sort of thing. And then down the bottom here, I've got UR, which is just one example of an R-influenced vowel. So R after another vowel, AR, ER, IR, UR, OR, all of those vowels can have R after them, and it changes the sound of the vowel. And so we call them R-influenced vowels because R influences the sound that we hear, but they are also digraphs as well. They are a digraph with a vowel and a consonant, making one sound, that sort of thing. Let's have a look at some examples here. So the word church, for example, it has a consonant digraph at both ends, and in the middle, it has a vowel digraph. The word rain, it has two consonants at the beginning and end, but it also has a vowel digraph in the middle. The word free has a consonant blend at the start, so the F and the R blend together to make a blend, but we do hear both sounds, so that's not a digraph, but the E and the E make a vowel digraph. The same thing here with sweater. The S and the W, they both blend together, and then we hear one sound in the middle, we hear that consonant, and then we hear So we've got two digraphs there. And then fawn, we hear a th sound, we hear the or sound, two digraphs in this word, these two letters working together, and then these two letters working together, and then the N at the end. Now, sometimes two letters can work together in a digraph, but they're not right beside each other, and we call that the magic E. Now, I love that my name is Jane, because when I come to teach this, I get to talk about how my name has a split digraph. I have a long A in my name here, Jane. The difference between me and someone called Jan is that I have this E on the end, and the E with the A is a split digraph. So we have the A and the E, and we split it up with something down the middle here, a consonant in the middle. So we sometimes call this kind of E a bossy E, which I don't love the term bossy, but you know, it means it tells the other letter, the other vowel to say its name. Or we might call it a magic-y, because when we put it on the end, it makes the vowel say its name. Whatever you want to call it, if you think about that idea that it's still two vowels together, they're just split. And you can do that with all the different vowels. So, for example, in my examples over here on the left, we've got twice, and it's got an I and an E, and that's a split digraph. Rake, yeah, split digraph. Hose, split digraph. I like how they make smiley faces too. And you might be able to think of some more examples. Even the word name has a split digraph, doesn't it? Nice and simple example from everyday life. Okay, so let's have a look at this little paragraph. And I'll give you a moment. We'll read it together, and then you can have a think about the digraphs, and then we'll go through it together. The chief got off the phone and spoke to the children. He wanted them to know about the trees at number 4 Rainbow Drive. 5 of the trees were dangerous and had to be cut down. This was not good news. Okay, how about you pause the video right here, have a go at spotting the digraphs, and I'm going to go on now and find them for you, and you can come in and check, press play again and check how you went once you've had a go. Okay, so pause now if you need to. And if you're coming back now, here are the answers. Okay, let's have a look for this, each word. So the has the TH digraph. Sh, if, got, off. Well, I guess this is a double consonant digraph. The P and H making the f sound in phone, split digraph there. And spoke to the children. He wanted, now this A doesn't make an A sound, but it's still by itself. It's not using another vowel. So and there's an E here, but that E is part of the ED. So that's why that's not a digraph. He wanted them to, now this is a silent letter digraph. That K, we don't hear it, but the K and the N together make one sound. And O and W, that's a vowel and consonant digraph, because we hear the one sound O. About O and U together make a digraph. About the trees at number 4 Rainbow Drive. 5 of the trees were, and you might even be able to make that a trigraph with that E on the end, were dangerous and had to be cut down. OW is a digraph. Ow. This was, now the A and the S make an OS sort of sound here. So really, we're only hearing the A, so that's not a digraph. Was not good news. So we've got the EW there making that oo sound. Now you might argue that in that word you can hear the w, you, which is called a diphthong, which is a bit trickier, where we hear two sounds in one pair like that as well, even though we technically might say news. It depends on your accent a little bit sometimes, how many sounds you'll hear with digraphs as well. I have heard some interesting American accents where they may actually purposely break up 2 letters and say them separately. So that may depend a little bit on the dialect of English that you speak. But in any case, I hope that helps you with targeting and tackling your spelling words if this is an activity you've been given for homework. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments section below, or email me at jane@lavenderlearning.com.au. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to get our updates for homework help, trivia on Sundays, maths on Mondays, and other videos as well from time to time about important educational topics for both parents and children. And also hit the notifications button so that you get notified when new videos go up. I was forgetting to say that, and one of my own children said to me, "Hey Mum, you know you have to hit the bell if you want to receive notifications." So now that she's told me, I'm telling you, subscribe, like, and hit the notifications button so you don't miss anything. Thanks so much, guys. Hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you on the weekend. Bye.